Zel Boy Army, welcome to another video on the channel. In this video, we're looking at the new What If Leroy Fer that came out. Doing a quick review, looking at the card, his stats, his price, his chemistry links, and if I think he's worth it. Then we're also going to look at the other 6 PM content that came out, the new Eredivise Foundations 2 objectives, and the players that came out in that. So let's get into it. If you like this type of comment, please subscribe to the channel every day. Spicy new content dedicated to helping you guys get better at the game. Let's look at the objectives first. Under milestones, 12 finesse goals. That's easy. Obviously, you have to do this in Manager or Masterpiece with Eredivise players. Bit of a grind. 6 goals from crosses. Play 18 matches. So basically, you have to play 18 matches. That is quite a grind for these cards. We'll look at them and see if we actually think they're any good. But yeah, you get Max from PSV, Danilo from 20, and Colour from Willem II, I think they're called. We'll look at those cards after we've looked at Fer. I've got them in my club ready to look at. Leroy Fer, ex-Premier League player for Swansea and Norwich, I believe. Straight away, medium high. I don't really care too much about work rates as a middle anchor man in like 5-3-2 or a CDM in the 4-4-2, 4-2-3-1 as the destroyer. Decent. 3-star skills. Bit disappointing, but he has the same. He has pretty similar work rates, high skill moves, weak foot to Goretzka that I really like. Goretzka has 3-star, 4-star and gets by for me. He is a little bit slow, and that 79 pace is a slow 79 pace. His shot is okay. His passing is very good. 90 short pass and 89 long pass with 84 vision. They're the 3 key passing stats. I don't really care too much about the curve. He's okay on the ball. He won't be fantastic on the ball. He's a bit of a liability there. His defending is decent, and he's physically very good. For me, he looks a pretty good card up on paper. Feyenoord generally with PSV and Ajax tend to be in the top 3 clubs in the Dutch league. I'm not going to pretend to be an Eredivisie expert, but I'd assume Feyenoord will probably get 6 goals. Fer needs his team to get 6 goals in the next 5 games. I would assume Feyenoord in the Dutch league would do that. If there's any Dutch fans in the stream, please let me know. But yeah, to me, I'd assume this card will get a +2. And if he gets to an 87, he's looking pretty good. And then you've got links to Van Bergen, Kleiber, Robben, the other Eredivisie players. There's some pretty good Dutch players in general. So there's a lot of cards that this Fer can link to. So he's got pretty good chemistry links, to be honest. How much is he coming in at, though? It's 1 SBC. 84 rated. How much are we looking at? 100k? 100k maybe? Maybe a bit cheaper, I don't know. We don't need a team of the week in there, so... What do you guys think this is coming in at? 70k. 70, 75k. If he gets to an 87, and if this card gets to an 87... and you've got Kleiber, Robben, players like that. For me, he definitely seems worth it. At an 87, he'll be good value if he fits into your team. Let's compare him to some other cards and see what we think. People tell me Feyenoord score a lot, so they should be alright. We'll look at the objectives players quick. This Philip Max, with a shadow, solid card. I used him on Football Manager this year. Aston Villa, he had very good crossing on that game. He seems decent, to be honest. Doesn't seem a top-tier fullback, but for free, if you run a team in this league, not bad. If crossing was more important on overlapping fullbacks, it'd be pretty good. So I think he's an okay card. For free, he's not bad. At least he has near 99 sprint speed with a shadow. Danilo, 3-star, 3-star. It's just 3-star, 3-stars on all of them. Bit weird, to be honest. If he was 4-star, 4-star, very good, but 3-star, 3-star, bit meh. And then this guy, these are worse than the first Eredivisie Foundations. I don't really get that. I don't really get why they've made the second lot 2 months later worse than the first lot. Van Bergen was miles better than this guy, and then Gravenberch was better than either of these two, so bit weird in my opinion that they've done that, but yeah, if you grind these, they're not awful, but they're not going to change your team too drastically, let's be honest. He's a pretty good wing back, that guy. Pretty good wing back, but yeah, I'm not too excited about any of those. Leroy Fer, though. Let's compare him to some other cards. He isn't going to be as good as Goretzka, but let's just have a quick look. Slower, not miles worse shooting, but quite a lot finishing. Bit worse passing. Worse on the ball. Similar-ish defending. Better physically. So he won't be as good as this Goretzka on paper, because Goretzka's going to be slightly quicker. I mean, with a +2 though, Goretzka will be slightly better finishing, slightly better all-round passing, bit better on the ball, but he is relatively comparable to this 88 Goretzka right now. And if Goretzka's better with better links, but if he gets an 87, Fer looks pretty good. I'm not going to do this Fer because I just don't have anyone to link him in. But if you had Kleiber and Robin, I would 100% be considering doing this Fer. He looks really good value, to be honest. Not Maradona. I don't think Maradona would be a very good link or comparison. Let's compare him to Duncan. So Duncan was a free card. We have to remember that. Duncan doesn't have the weak foot. Bit smaller. I'd rather have Duncan's pace, obviously. The shooting, we'll take Fer's because the finishing. Passing's pretty even. Fer's is a bit better because the vision. Duncan, with the balance doesn't matter loads, but I think the balance is still nice. Duncan will be slightly better on the ball. Duncan's got better defending, but worse physical. Pretty close, but I'll take Fer because Fer's probably going to get a +2 and has the weak foot. So Fer's definitely better than Duncan. That Duncan was a very good card for a level 15, though. Let's look at Baby Ballack. If you're following the stream, I appreciate it. We're just recording a video right now, but I'll respond afterwards. Baby Ballack, 4-star, 4-star's nice. A lot slower, more clinical, better all-round passing, worse on the ball, worse defending, worse physical. So that Fer's better than Ballack. And like I say, we can pretty confidently assume this Fer's going to get a +2. Let's compare him to the Curtis Jones that came out. I think Curtis Jones will be a bit better than a 64 come the future. Curtis Jones, a lot quicker. Better shot. But after a +2, it'll be pretty close. Curtis Jones definitely better at passing, better on the ball. Similar-ish defending, but a bit worse physically, especially with that 11 less strength. Curtis Jones, even with a +2 on Fer, would be better in my opinion, but it's again pretty close. And Curtis Jones was what, 400-500k? Leroy Fer's coming in at 70k. For me, this Fer isn't going to get into crazy teams, but if you already have the Robin Kleiber, I would definitely do him. I think he's a very solid card, very well priced, especially with all the cards that can link to him. In another game, I don't think he would have stood out as much, but with all the links he's got this year, for me, it's great value. I would definitely consider doing him. Good price, fair one from EA. And it's nice to see an SBC yesterday and SBC today. I want more content like this. Content every day that we can have a look at and consider doing. Appreciate you guys watching. Keep it spicy.